Hi guys, it's a beautiful day in sunny Gothenburg, Sweden, and this is Old School Gamer bringing you another clip of World of Warships. So, today I thought we take a look at the Tier 9 Soviet destroyer Udeloi. Now, the Udeloi is a wonderful ship. It's one of my favorite ships in my port. What makes Udeloi that strong, it is that it has those 130mm guns with those Stalinium armor-piercing shells that can pretty much demolish any cruisers showing broadsides to you. They are also very potent at starting fires on enemy battleships and cruisers, and it's a really fast destroyer. I can make 42 knots without speed boost, so it's extremely good destroyer to zip around the map and taking caps with. And if anyone tries to contest you, you have those guns that can pretty much put the fear in any other nation destroyers, even American ones. So we have a 3 Cap Domination mode. Can't really remember the map name, sorry. I'm pretty terrible at remembering which map it's called what, so I will look it up for you guys. As usual, if you've seen any of my earlier videos, you know my playstyle. I play very aggressive. In every match where there is caps, I always go for the cap in the beginning, and this will be pretty much the theme of this video. Why bother with caps? And I make this video because I feel like so many players don't really understand Cap Domination mode, because so many players just choose to ignore caps, and I don't understand this kind of gameplay because they lose every time. And I'm just amazed that so many players don't seem to understand that if you don't own the caps, you don't own the match. And the team that get advantage in caps in the start will pretty much rule the match from the beginning. So I head straight into B and manage to cap it totally uncontested. I head straight up to help with the C cap and start to engage enemy Kutuzov that is trying to contest my friend capping C. And as you can see, I'm not really afraid of taking on a Kutuzov, which is one of the worst ships to go up against in a destroyer, because Kutuzov is pretty much made for killing destroyers. But I have speed on my side, and I have rate of fire on my side, and I have pretty dangerous guns. So you see, I'm getting focused by 3 enemy ships, and I just continue fire upon every ship that I feel will try to make it to C-cap. Now the Kutuzov has started to contest C-cap, so he will be my main focus. I fire off my torps for that American destroyer that I saw earlier. Now I will just start pounding the Kutuzov, taking away his cap points and getting those nice base defense. So I pretty much will make any ship that tries to get into our caps discouraged, and make them realize that if they will try and cap our caps, they will die. So it will come to a great cost for them. And as you can see, they can't really do anything with the cap. They get no progression on the cap because we just bully them. And there is the strength of this ship. It's a big bully. It can, with its rate of fire, just hassle any ship that tries to do something for the team. We have 3 enemy ships in the cap and they get nowhere because we just focus them down. And you see the Kutuzov is really hurting. He's on fire, he has less than 25% health and he dies. So we pretty much make the enemy team understand that if you guys will try and take our cap, we will kill you, it will cost you so many ships. And this is pretty much the function of the Udeloi. This is what it excels at. Just harassing enemy teams, making them flee instead of playing offensively. Now I switch to armor piercing because I have many targets around showing broadsides. So it's just the thing about finding that sweet spot for those citadel hits. Now the American destroyer pops up again, so I switch back to HE, trying to get him to pretty much stay away from our caps. We have enemy Mayhem in the cap and we chase him off as well. Now the enemy New Orleans dies, that was also trying to contest the caps. Now the rest of the team down in south managed to take the A cap as well. So as you understand, we have a great advantage in this game. We have all the caps, which is really you don't see that so many times. So and you can pretty much tell even now. I mean, it's still a long time to go in this match, but you can already tell pretty much now that we have won this game because the enemy let us take all the caps so early in the game. We got so big advantage, and this is a big fault of so many players in random battles, that they don't understand that you need to take those caps. The destroyer needs to head to the caps directly, just like I do in every match I play as a destroyer. I always go directly into the cap, and this is pretty much what every destroyer captain needs to do in Cap Domination. And the cruisers need to be just behind them to give fire support for the destroyers in the caps and making anyone trying to contest the destroyers pay for it. And of course the battleships needs to be just behind the cruisers to support the cruisers with heavy fire support if any enemy battleships show themselves. And if people would play like this all the time in Cap Domination, they would pretty much win every match they play. And of course I know it's a big problem with communication and teamwork in random battles. That's why I always try and make a point of communicating the first thing I do when the match starts. I try to like wake the team up and try to make them talk. Because it's essential to be efficient and to win games. You can't do it on your own. This isn't a free-for-all kind of game. This is a team game, so you need your team to succeed. So as you can see, we are very efficient in keeping the enemy team away, and they pretty much understand that if anyone tries to go in to contest any caps, they will get focused and they will get killed. So every ship that even starts turning towards the caps, I start to focus them directly, and they will start to burn and they will start to hurt. So the enemy team doesn't really stand a chance this match, and this is because they made a huge error in the beginning by letting us get the Cap Domination, and that pretty much seals the deal on these kinds of matches, because if the enemy would have taken the caps in the beginning, it would be us struggling now with taking back the flow of the game, taking back the tickets, and we would lose. So that is why it's so important that every ship on the team understand the role it has in this kind of gameplay. The destroyer needs to go for the caps and secure the caps for the team. They are not supposed to travel around the map borders to try and snipe the enemy carrier, or even go for the big battleships and torp them. Sure, it's nice to sink some enemy battleships, but that's not the most important role in this kind of game mode. If it's an ordinary kind of game mode, the one when you have the two bases, fine, go around, torp as many ships as you can, but as soon as it is cap zone mode, you need to focus the caps and make them the biggest priority. And then you use your torps for all those incoming ships, and you can still sink enemy ships and have a great game. But this is pretty much the main role for destroyers in Cap Domination. And as I said before, you really need the rest of the team as well, because cruisers need to help, and well, you see, this was a pretty easy game for us. We just took the caps, secured them, and hold them the whole match. I made number 1, which is always pretty nice, and I did some damage. This wasn't by any means the best game I had in the Udeloi, but I just wanted to make this point of why you need to cap. Thank you very much. Please leave a like and subscribe for more gameplay.